In this video, I'm going to show you how to create the zip forms. So here are the steps. I would read through these first, and then we're going to hop into the checklist. Let me exit out of here. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and go into zip forms. We'll click here on Access Now. It's validating the membership. We're going to continue to zip forms. Press skip right here. Okay. So what we're going to do, this is where all the documents are, and we're going to create a new listing. So click on New Listing. We'll enter the property address right here. So what we're going to be doing is going back and forth a lot so we can fill out some information. So let's go grab that property address, and usually it's right here, as well as a lot of the stuff we're going to find is going to be in step number 2, right in here. So here's also the property address. So let's copy and paste the information into zip forms. So I do copy paste, and you're always going to want whatever's up here, we want to click on it, because once we click on it, it's going to populate the information. So all of our listings are residential. They're all active, and we're using the 2019 listing agreement template. We're going to press save. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and hop into the document section. Now this is the template of all the paperwork that we're going to need to bring to the listing appointment. In the cover sheet here, we're going to fill this out first, because once this is filled out, it's going to populate that information into all these documents. So let's click on cover sheet. So in the cover sheet, we're going to need to fill out the seller, all the seller's information. This is seller 1 information here. This is seller 2 information. If there's only one seller, then we just need to fill out one thing. So let's start with that. So we're going to minimize this page. And let's see, the seller is, I think it's spelled Chaiwan Whitesell. So let's copy her information, and we'll paste it in here. Now we'll go back, grab the address, paste that in here, click on whatever populates. Now we need the phone and the email. So let's go get that information. Okay, here's the phone. Phone. Make that clean. There we go. And then the email. Right here. Oops. All right, there we go. So since there was only one seller, we don't need to fill in this information. If there was more than one, we'd fill that in. Next thing is just the assessor's parcel number, which is right here. Copy paste, and that's all we need on the cover sheet. Let's go ahead and save that. Go back. One more thing that we'll do, we'll hop into the residential listing agreement, and we'll fill in one thing here. So if we scroll down, we can see that the information has been populated, like I mentioned, from the cover sheet. You can see here that since there is only one seller, let's uncheck that box. If there was 2 sellers, we would keep that there. And then the only thing I wanted to add here is this top part, this is where we'll put the seller contact name that's on the CRS data. So if we go back into Process Street, this is the current owners as listed on the CRS data. So we're going to take that name and we're going to populate that in. Get rid of that comma and just do a copy paste, just as it's written. And we'll go ahead and save this. And now we're done here. All we have to do is, let's go ahead and save what information I need to bring to the listing appointment. So we'll click Save PDF. And the documents I bring are the first 5. So I bring the seller to exclude from the MLS. I bring the listing contract. I bring the disclosures, the agent, additional agent acknowledgement, and I bring the buyer broker. So we're going to click Next. We're going to go ahead and save this. Press Save again. Download it. And it'll pop up. We have 23 pages here. And I saved this to a file. It's called Quinn's temporary file. I'm going to show you the long way to get to it. Down here, especially on the Mac, you'll see this other. And we always hop into the Google Drive and EtSquad, because this is where all the files are. So we see this temporary files. This is where we're going to put it, because there's just too many potential listings to save and keep. The temporary files is anything that we want to delete. So I'm going to go ahead and move it into the temporary files, keeping a note that it's named 4485 Verrata Mar. I could exit out of that. And now I'm actually done with zip forms, so I can actually go ahead, go back, and exit out of this. Okay, so now we're completing the last step because we have gone to zip forms, we created the new listing, we filled out the cover sheet, we copied and pasted the current owner's name, we saved the contract, and now we're uploading the docs below. Let's remove this old one. Okay, so we're going to upload. Okay, it already has me in Quinn's temporary file, and here it is right here, 4485 Verrata Mar. We're going to upload that, and then we'll click that we've uploaded it, and we're pretty much done here. I like to come to the bottom, and because it says message Quinn, Travis, and Mickey that the task is complete. So if you go to the bottom, when you put the @ sign, it's going to alert us via email that you've completed this task, and that's why I like to do this. Usually my name will pull up, but since I'm using my own profile, that's the reason why it's not pulling up. But if you are using your profile that I'm creating for you, my name will pop up. But for now, we're just saying that the list, like right here, it says listing docs for address are ready. So this is just a templated text, and it just makes everything easy. And then I'll just fill in the address for the 123 Main Street. So now it reads, listing docs for 4485 Verrata Mar are ready. And I would just comment, and the agents would get notified that this has been complete. And yeah, then you're done with this task, and that's the end of the video.